I'm about to show you the goal system that changed all of 2023 and is going to make me six figures this year. New year just began. Let's read some comments to inspire us. You probably aren't following your own advice. Well, sorry, sir. Can't do that since I'm fresh out the womb. Fair, valid. Bruv, man is sitting in a chair in a parking garage with a Honda behind him. Is that too high? What? Okay, that's all good. Hey, it's all good. It's all good, guys. From Beef Jerky Official. Man, I can't even focus on what you're saying. Skinny jeans don't fit you. You have a big torso and then smaller legs. It looks off. You're right. Haha. My boy got that Lord Farquaad physique. Alright. That's fine. All of these mean comments. How am I ever gonna make it? It's a fetching new year, brother! It's time to set some goals. And use all the negative, all the people saying no, all the naysayers. Brethren, it is time to rise up and seize the day. There's a quote from a man, Shia LaBeouf. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it. I'm about to show you the goal system that changed all of 2023 and is going to make me six figures this year as a 22-year-old with no job. This is my 12-step plot to overcome the Matrix in exactly one whole year. Yeah, no, I mean it. Look at this. That's what it looks like. This is what it looks like to overcome the Matrix in a year, okay? Before we could possibly ever get into that, okay? Because I can tell you one thing, we aren't taking a 0 to 100 like that, all right? Before we ever get into it, we need a little bit of spiritual motivation. Do you ever expect to accomplish anything, your goals, dreams, vision, if you don't consult with your Father in heaven who makes all things possible? You ever thought about that? Loser. Just kidding. I love you guys. All right, Psalms chapter 20, verse 4, okay? I love this one. Grant thee according to thine own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. What does that mean, actually, first of all? Think about that. What does that possibly mean? Because it's a little bit confusing in that old language. Essentially, in layman terms, I took a little note. It says, may he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. Grant thee according to thine own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. Psalms 37, 4 through 5. It kind of talks about how the Lord, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So back in the day when I was doing sales, I was actually selling cell phones. I met a hedge fund investor, crazy guy, probably a multi-millionaire. As it turns out, we had the same beliefs. We believe in Christ. And that mutual belief brought us together, and he started to ask me a few questions. Have you been reading your scriptures? Have you been praying? I know you just got back from a mission, but are you still practicing the same things that you committed to when you first started? So what did I do exactly? What did I do with that information? I'm about to tell you. In fact, it's been about 6 months since he told me that. I quit that very week. He had no idea I was thinking about quitting. But that was his only advice for me to become rich, successful, and achieve all the goals and dreams that I had, was simply just to read the scriptures and pray. And guess what I did with that information? Not, not, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Not gonna lie. A little awkward. I didn't do too much with that information. It's tough, okay? Hey, don't make fun of me, guy. What do you do? I do know one thing. Every time I have prayed about something, I've truly counseled with the Lord, our God, our Father in heaven. All of my dreams, goals, desires, everything that was in the forefront of my mind was successful. Here's a few examples. Though they are small, though they aren't quite the biggest things in the world, my car, even though it is just a worldly representation of desire, that there was a result of consultation with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Don't believe me? Let's talk about it. Because you see, not long before that, I had a prayerful commitment with God as I was setting my New Year's goals, my New Year's resolutions. And I did the same exact thing I'm about to tell you guys. And exactly on the week I had planned for it, I had this car with virtually beginning no money to my name. The same color, the same, even down to the simple things like the model, the color of rims, right? Everything I wanted right here, and I got it. All from a prayerful desire. Now, it's important to recognize that God's not going to give you anything if it's not going to bless you or your plans. Does that make sense? Meaning, if your desires are too worldly, if they are built fully and completely based off of pride, why would He give it to you? The other thing, I wanted my sound system done, and that was going to be really, really expensive. Now, the purpose of me making this video isn't just to make you feel like God just gives you everything. It isn't for me to brag either. Because you see, that's not at all the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to show you that anything is possible, starting with a prayer and following that, the simple 12-step goal system that will change your life. So step one, kind of what I've already talked about, start with a humble prayer. A prayer talking and consulting with the Lord about your desires, your struggles, your weaknesses, things you want to change, and things you want to have anew. A simple prayer will take you so far you could hardly even believe it. Miracles do happen. I've seen it happen so many times. And in this past year, other things have happened that I would have never imagined. Every time I've set a goal and counseled with the Lord, wrote it down, and visualized it in my mind, everything I planned for and everything I wanted and desired happened, came to me. Step two. This is a super important step, and it's the whole entire plan and organization of the structure of this 12-step program, right? So I've titled this, and I'm going to show you guys on the screen exactly everything here. My 12-step plot to overcome the matrix in 1 year. So I used kind of the basic skeleton I used last year. This is for 2024, obviously, as you see. I have a main goal right here at the top to overcome the money trap and win the girl. Okay, and I'll get into that in a little bit. It's a little funny, but I will get into it. Month 1, January. So as you can see, I have 4 goals per month, and what I'm talking about, and I'm going to, some of this isn't going to make sense to you guys because these are my personal goals. Don't worry about it. Your goals are going to be completely different, and that's okay. So what I'm saying here is you'll see that I have 4 goals per month, okay? And the reason for that is because we believe in baby steps here. We believe in taking small steps for greater leaps. Does that make sense? It will take you the furthest without burnout. Does that make sense? So you're able to do a lot without really tiring yourself out. That doesn't mean that like this whole entire system isn't going to make you tired at some times, because it made me tired last year, but it didn't mean I wasn't able to accomplish all the main goals that I wanted. There were a few things that I wasn't able to accomplish, but for the most part, the big things were accomplished. And so the first week I have get the creation easel up and running. Don't even worry about it, guys. It's a business I've been kind of planning and thinking about for a while, and I'm kind of trying to keep it under wraps. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. The second week was have QR codes created for Creation eSoul as an affiliate link program, as an affiliate program, I'm sorry. So that is mostly how I'm going to get my business running and kind of operational, is all through affiliate links. I wanted to have my first sale on the third week. That's such a simple thing. I have 1 week to get my first sale. Honestly, I should be getting it earlier, but that's just kind of how I'm planning things out, kind of taking things slow to start. And then by the fourth week, I want to weigh in at 160 pounds. I know that's pretty light. I'm 6'2". At least the doctor says. I might be rounding up, but you know, who's going to call me out? Do you have a tape measure? I didn't think so, okay. So I wanted to weigh in at 160 pounds. I'm a pretty light guy. I'm just working on the physical side of things, trying to get big so that I look good for the ladies, and it will kind of follow in with the main goal in the end. And I'll explain that in a little. Okay. Month 2, I've got a bunch of other things, kind of more religious, a lot of YouTube things, book reading things, subscriber goals. And anyways, you kind of get the main point. But the idea is to have a goal for every single week, the whole entire year. By the end of this year, my main goal is to have made at the very least $100,000, and it's very achievable after I've done all the math. I've figured out all the different statistics. I mean, all the different logistics. It's very achievable, and it should work. So you guys kind of have the basic idea. My goals are going to be completely different from your guys's. You guys don't have to copy or follow along with anything that I do, because what I do isn't best for you. Does that make sense? Okay. Next thing, we all know about SMART goals, right? I personally don't remember what any of them are, but I do remember that the A stands for achievable. So make sure that every single one of your goals are achievable. It does you no good to have goals that are kind of lofty, because the thing is, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and completely underestimate what they can do in 2 or 3 decades. Don't get ahead of yourself. If you have a goal that is too lofty, it is going to burn you out, and you will not accomplish any of your goals for the rest of the year. You aren't going to achieve anything, and that's the most commonly repeated cycle of failure that everybody falls into every single year. Don't do it, guys. Have small goals that you know you can achieve, simple tasks, simple, I guess, quests, you might say, right? To essentially just level up. 1 level at a time. That's all it takes, okay? Instead, say you can do 50 push-ups right now, okay? Maybe aim for 100 push-ups by the end of the week. Do you think you can achieve that? Probably. If you gave yourself the time, put in the effort, yeah, you could definitely achieve it. Why not? If you guys want to start a YouTube channel, well, film the first video this week and get it edited maybe by the second week, right? If that's what you can do, if you feel like you can do more, then take on more by all means. At the end of the day, your goals mean nothing if they aren't a challenge, but you want to make sure that you can actually achieve them realistically. Last but not least, if you're going to have goals and to begin, counsel with the Lord to set them in a righteous manner, then you also have to remember that you also need to check in with Him frequently. It's like, would you ever hire a mentor? You know, use him to set the goals and then never follow back up with him? Would you ever have a mentor and just not utilize him the way he was supposed to help you, right? I mean, that's just a waste of your time. So what you're going to do every single week, you're going to be checking what goals you have set. And by the end of that week, you're going to then review your week. Make sure you did everything well. Did you achieve it? Could you have done anything better? And what are you going to change, right? And then you're going to counsel with the Lord in prayer and through the scriptures and figure out how you're going to achieve the following week. By doing this, the Lord will keep you accountable. You're going to see spiritual happenings, right? You're going to see miracles and challenges come in your life that you never expected that will ultimately help you to hit your end goal. Now, my goals kind of get up there, like my goal of hitting $100,000 by the end of this year. That sounds lofty to most people, but understand that last year was my setup year. I was doing everything that I could so I could build myself up and prepare myself to succeed in tenfold this following year, this year of 2024. And there were things that came and happened within that year that changed everything that I was doing, things that I wasn't really planning for, like me quitting my sales job last year. I wasn't planning for that, but I did. All in result of me really working with the Lord, because when you work with the Lord, unexpected things happen and you have to be ready for that. And part of me quitting my job, part of that process was also me quitting social media on the other end, right? Because I knew that social media was distracting me and it was holding me back from really maximizing my efforts in my goals and in my plans. And actually that's what allowed me to then, like a month later, make a serious mental flip that caused me to maximize my efforts in, say, YouTube and things like that, which I had kind of going, but I wasn't really doing anything with it. And I mean, you're going to see really cool things happen even as your plans change. So don't be afraid to change the goals too, right? But one of those examples was I wanted to have 500 subscribers on YouTube by October of this of 2023. And what ended up happening was the AI I had was predicting 500. And by the time October hit, I had 3,000 subscribers. So, I mean, you never know what's going to happen. And honestly, like like I said, when you are counseling with the Lord, He's going to give you more than what you planned for in the end. So just be prepared for that. And don't close your mind to any ideas or revelations that He gives you. And so there's really not much else I can really say. It's as simple as that. Setting achievable goals, counseling with the Lord frequently, and be ready for change. And when this year ends, and I'm even going to go as far as to say on record, whenever something like a miracle or something good happens to you, even a hard thing, right? Or when you overcome a challenge, make sure you say thank you to your Father in heaven who loves you, who organized and orchestrated everything so that you can succeed. Last year might have been really hard for you. I don't know what your year looked like. Maybe you were really lazy. Maybe you achieved a lot, right? But regardless, maybe last year was extremely tough. Don't start this year and expect anything to be any different or expect anything to be any better. Don't expect your year to automatically be the best year of your life, because that's probably not what's going to happen. In fact, I would plan and go off on a limb and say that because you've set such godly goals, you're going to experience some of the hardest trials and experiences you've ever had in your entire life. This could be the most miserable year of your entire life on record, but I wouldn't be afraid about that. Be excited. You see, when you pray and the adversary or Satan sees you accomplishing and doing so much, he's going to send his hellstorms, his trials your way. He's going to send some of the worst whirlwinds you've ever experienced in your entire life. You're probably going to see things like death in your life. You're going to see, you're going to lose things. You're going, maybe, I don't know what's going to happen in your life. When you're trying to become a better person, it requires difficulty. If you are watching this channel for the purpose of becoming a better person, and you at the same time are expecting comfort and peace in times of turmoil and effort, right? Then you're sorely mistaken, and you're in for a very rude awakening. It's better to be prepared for hardship than unprepared and myopic, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, I promise and I guarantee that if you follow these things, if you counsel with the Lord and you do everything that I've said in this video and use it and leverage all this information for your good, you will succeed. Every single one of your goals will be met. If you fail a goal, don't worry. It doesn't mean that the end goal won't be hit, because that's really what you're aiming for, right? If you fail a goal on 1 week, you've got 11 other weeks to go. Maybe you only have 3 weeks left and you failed every single goal since. Just make sure that you at least accomplish the main goal, the main mission. My main goal was to kind of close the video off. My main goal was to overcome the money trap and win the girl. As a man, I'm quite lonely. I've realized that in a world where you're trying to become the best version of yourself, you need a companion to be with you. You need someone who can comfort, nurture, and help you to grow and continue to succeed. A partner, a wife, or if you're a female watching this video, a husband is the greatest motivation for success in your journey. So don't forget to think about those things, plan for them, and actively pursue them in your day-to-day life. At the end of the day, the reason why I've made these my main goals is because to me, those are more valuable than the fourplex at the end of the year. It's more valuable than weighing in at 180 pounds and looking like a Greek god, you know what I'm saying? Those things are way more valuable because at the end of the day, those are going to help me to fulfill my godly purpose, which is to bring people happiness and help other people achieve their goals. Let that be the same for you. And I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'm going to start making videos just like this all the time, and I'm giving a free consultation just this month. I'm extending it from December into January so that you guys can set goals, and even if you guys need help overcoming addictions, just email me at aquickreset@gmail.com and I will be right there at your beckoning call. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to share this video, okay? All right. See ya.